Anders, are you ready?
I'm always ready, you know that.
Well, yeah, that's great. I know, but okay, so that's great. So share your screen, Anders, and tell us what is LTM for Magnus.
I believe you can see now, right?
You are perfect, ready to go.
Perfect. So thank you, Magnus and Linda and things to have us here. And I'm always impressed when I'm part of this kind of webinars that actually so many people listen so many hours into really interesting topics, of course, but it's like a marathon, a small marathon. So follow the lead that Magnus says about moving around, jumping around, or whatever around you are doing, but that will help you further on. So let's talk about some insights. And as Magnus said, it's actually, let me see here. Mhm. Yes. It's about IoT. And today I'm representing Tele2 IoT, meaning a quite big telecom operator that provides different type of connectivity. So, and I promised to more or less help people to understand what do this different type of connectivity doing to the person, to the people. So we've been talking a bit about 5G, of course, and private networks. We know about 2G, 3G, 4G, and LTE in 4G. The new technologies are in the scaling down area, and it's called LPWA, and I will give you more intel about that, of course. But if you read from the top, it means that we scale down in complexity and power, and what that means is that you will be able to save a lot of power, both for narrowband IoT and LTE-M. If you go to the other side, we talk about 5G, and you know it's super interesting. It's something really big that will happen now. We were watching this autonomous from universe just before this. Super interesting, and we are part of this, of course, at Tele2. But today I will talk about the LTM. You know, to better understand what we're talking about, there is always a use case behind, or how and why you use different type of technology. And how now you can see pictures, but if you go down, you also see some maximum speeds, so to say. And that is down uplink, and you know, how fast can the connectivity be. So if you go from the other direction, going from 5G down to narrowband, you can see different type of use cases. And if you check all deployed IoT solutions in the world, I would say that almost half of them are on 2G or something similar, meaning that they don't need this super high speed. And yes, 5G will be enabler for IoT in some ways, but some of this no need for high speed will still be there. You know, if you're going to monitor how much dust you have in a trash can, you don't need to do that by using 5G. It's enough with something else, because following this type of different technology, there is a cost on the module. And here I would like to discuss with you a bit and a bit focus into these two. I mentioned before, it's called low power wide area, and it means that it's actually attached to the telecom operator's network, but also with a very low power use from the modules. So watching it like this, you see LTE-M in the middle. Starting from the top, all operators in the world, telecom operators, is what we have. We call it licensed spectrum. And this is good because we bring some services to that, of course. We help customers to more or less have a plug and play experience. It works. You connect everything by the SIM card and it will work It also taking care of most of the existing 2G, 3G use cases. There is one thing though, is that existing networks that are on the market are mainly built for the consumers, for a mobile phone, for a computer or something like that. Meaning that LTE-M and narrowband IoT is basically the first technologies within licensed spectrum that handles this. And more you have Sigfox, a new use case that we like to call it, or LoRa. They are under an unlicensed spectrum, and I wouldn't say that something is bad or good or worse or better, but this is different technologies that have different ways of usage. Going into LTE-M and narrowband, it's from the telecom operators, and this is coming, let's say, as a service from us. And price-wise, it's quite similar to what everybody is used to before. The difference is the battery saving opportunities or possibilities. Sorry. If you compare LTE-M and narrowband, you can see there are differences, and mostly it's about the speed. And this is the different use case that you might bump into. A couple of years back, everybody said that narrowband will be the holy grail for IoT. It will be super important, but several use cases will not be able to use narrowband. They need something else. And LTE-M is coming from normal 4G or LTE. So it's, easily said, LTE light, so to say. So you can see here, lower speed, latency is quite good. We're used to that from a normal 4G, and also duplex mode means that devices can be updated and also send data and take data to itself. One important thing is in the bottom here is the module cost. So what is the cost to deploy 100,000 devices? That is a super big difference. Today you can see roughly €5 for narrowband, or maybe 7.5 for LTE-M. For 4G or 5G, you might come up to maybe 20, maybe 50, depends on the functions. So there are super big differences. In the middle it says power saving. That is the essence of LTE-M and narrowband, meaning that compared to a normal LTE device, LTE-M devices and narrowband will be able to go down in sleep mode for a long time. So battery savings gives lifetime on a battery that may last to 10 years, depends on how you use it. Normal LTE is calling back to the network maybe every 5th minute. An LTE-M or narrowband can call back maybe one time a week or one time a day or whatever. So that is the biggest difference, power saving. Just to give you a small picture on what we're talking about, this is, I will not go into any specific here, but it's basically everything that is connected to internet that can benefit from using LTE-M. Since it's coming from LTE, it's the same functionality almost, but slower. Just like to punch some of our customers on the picture here, and I would say that half of these companies will be able to use LTE-M instead of what they are using today, and then they will save and be able to do another type of products. Tele2 as a group or as a company looks like this. We always talk about to be fearless, which I like that. But we are a healthy company doing good and can handle with own networks in several places here from the picture. To summarize a bit, don't hesitate to contact me from any of these links here, but also please go into our landing page at the bottom of the site here. So just surf into tele2iot.com and search for LTM, and you will have almost what I said. So thank you for this presentation, and I wish you good luck in your IoT journey.